And when everything is upside down, when you're yelling but you make no sound, life is gonna spin you round. Whoa, and get a little bit stranger. When everything is upside down, a tremor in the underground, the nights are gonna take this town. Whoa, and get a little bit stranger, stranger. Spirit breaking through, a bitter debt to repay now. But don't you dread it, a friend would never lie to you, helping you get through the pain now. And when everything is upside down, when you're yelling but you make no sound, life is gonna spin you round. Whoa, and get a little bit stranger. When everything is upside down, a tremor in the underground, the nights are gonna take this town. Whoa, get a little bit stranger, stranger. Lost in the space set behind, hold out a hand in your mind, don't have to face it alone. It's in the spaces behind that won't watch you. It's in your sight when you're blind. And when everything is upside down, when you're yelling but you make no sound, life is gonna spin you round. Whoa, get a little bit stranger. When everything is upside down, a tremor in the underground, the nights are gonna take this town. Whoa, get a little bit stranger, stranger. Lost in the space set behind, hold out a hand in your mind, don't have to face it alone. Lost in the space set behind, hold out a hand in your mind, don't have to face it alone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Final Show. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've just got a few pre-show notes for you. First of all, I want to let everybody know that our addresses have changed. Our Twitch channel has changed from Senstaku to twitch.tv/FinalShowFilms, and our YouTube channel has also changed to youtube.com/FinalShowFilms. Next, we want to thank our $20 tier supporters on Patreon, which is patreon.com/FFilms, by the way, if you want to go throw a couple bucks our way. That's going to be Cat Waterflame, Antitonic, Samantha Bates, and Maureen Monty. Thank you guys for that. Also, our website is in the process of getting updated, so go take a look at finalshowfilms.com. We've got Mara and Jeremy are working on updating all of our stuff there, making it look nice and like a modern website, and frankly, they know what they're doing far better than I or Austin ever did. So if you want to check out the things that are changing over there, you go do that. Follow us on Twitter at Final Show Films for updates for all future things, including things that are going on with our website and going on with the Patreon page, and things that are going on live as we stream them, as well as our podcasts and everything else. So thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a good day. And we're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once more. Everyone is Warlocks, Conflux, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game that I'm running here on Final Show Films. I'm Jack, your storyteller and DM, and joining me today is Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Aurelia Clementine Everns, great old one warlock archaeologist who is unconscious.
Yep, and John.
I'm John, and I'm playing Hedon, the Tiefling Noble.
Mara? No, we already said Mara.
I already did
William
that.
is who I was trying to say.
Yes. Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Wotan, the dwarven pirate.
Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Korshana, Kalisher, with a new voice in their head.
Yep, and Nikki.
Hi everybody, I'm Nikki. I'll be playing Diamond Katar, the Archfey, Earth Genasi, Pact the Blade, all that good stuff.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Erin, and I was playing Maja until recently, and now I am playing Zoe, the half-drow Pact of the Blade Hexblade assassin.
Cody, who generally plays Cole, our street urchin shifter and Pact of the Chain Warlock, will not be joining us today. But if I can't adequately portray a nuance missing, impulse control lacking street kid, I don't know what I'm even doing here. Our last moments in Conflux were spent in a dim alley behind casualties. Blood stains the cobblestones of Murkdreamer Lanes as the Hawkshead Compact stands over a pair of bodies. Galara Farstriker, their target, is dead by their hands, and her 3 companions have dropped their weapons in surrender. The second corpse, unfortunately, is that of Maja, the lockdown healer, the last member to join the Compact, and the first casualty of the great game that we have witnessed. And now our eyes are drawn to the northern end of the lane, nearest the intersection of Dagger Alley and High Boulevard, where a piercing whistle can be heard, signaling that the warders have been alerted to something. So, everybody give me a history roll. Wotan, you have advantage on this one.
Sweet.
Fuck!
Criminal history is my specialty, you're saying. 17.
Two natural ones.
Damn.
Talent. Pure and utter talent.
Somebody was saying something about breaking tradition on Lucky 13.
Anybody else, or is everybody else distracted? Or really, obviously, you're not making this one because you're unconscious. Also, you're muted. Did your hiccups come back? Okay.
You're
All right.
I realized that. I just muted.
Apparently, I am also distracted because I'm putting a ring on.
Wotan. You are aware that warders are generally trained to proceed directly towards the sound of an alert. While it's true your victim was a criminal, vigilante justice isn't remotely tolerated in the majority of the city, Knives Font being the notable exception. Not being here when the warders arrive would probably be fairly advisable. Hopefully you won't run into any on the way out either, because a number of you are fairly well blood spattered, and one of you is unconscious, and one of you is deceased. And you guys probably have approximately 5 minutes.
So with this knowledge, Wotan just kind of wipes down his face, prestidigitation the blood away, and proceeds to walk down the line of each of them. All right, those of you that can disguise yourselves, do it, as he goes and walks by each of them and prestidigitations each of the warlocks.
Cole is already going through Mage's belongings, pulling out the healer's kit and stabilizing Aurelia.
Oop.
He's still wearing the face of the warder that may or may not pass inspection, but he definitely hears what you have to say.
So after he's cleared the blood off of each of the warlocks, he will walk over and did I get a specific notification of what kind of proof the elf was expecting?
Usually they expect a head.
Just the full head?
Just a full head.
Okay, so I'll take my axe and hack the head off.
Okay. That burns a little bit of time. Meanwhile, you've got 3 bandits there who are sort of just mid-surrender. They're not holding any of their weapons, but they could pretty easily pick them back up again if nobody stops them.
How messed up do they look?
Lightly.
Damn it.
I mean, are you what are you trying to consider? Korashana.
I don't know if this would be something that I could even remotely guess at, but based on how injured they are and knowing the power of the spell, do they look like something? Do any of the 3 look like something that a mind spike might take care of?
Not if you were going for a lethal.
Okay.
While Wotan is taking an axe to the target's neck, he sort of looks over at the other 3. If you want to leave before the warders get here, I'd suggest you start running.
They'll take you up on that offer. Because all of them are at least injured enough that they're going to have a hard time hiding the fact they were in a recent fight. And they just haul ass down to the south end of the alley and dip around the corner.
There's no way I can move Major. But Hayden's going to try to go pick up Major and fail because I'm not nowhere near strong enough.
I'll give you an athletic. I'll let you make an effort on an athletics check if you want.
I have a 9 strength.
Cool. You could crit.
Sorry, I have a 7 strength.
Can Diamond assist you? Diamond wants to assist.
All right. Which one of you is making the roll then?
I just made I just made a roll. So.
Okay, Diamond, you can make your own roll then.
Like,
how do you have a -2 when you have a 9?
I have a 7 strength. I misspoke the number.
Okay.
15. She is solid, heavy, dead weight. You would need something to help you if you were going to move her.
Can we roll her?
I mean, you could
all the way out.
No. We are apparently being timed, so please just let Jack answer my question.
You could potentially try and roll her to the mouth of the alley if you wanted.
Can we roll her just over?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You can
I
flip her
put
over
my
with
coat
controls.
on the ground and roll her over so we have a less friction. So we have a slightly less friction object underneath her and try to drag with that.
Cora, are we concerned about evidence here, or are we just being respectful to the fallen comrade?
He gives Cora a look that reads as, "What the fuck do you think?" Obviously, Cora probably is genuinely asking the question. Yeah.
The expression is sincere. They have no idea which of the 2 it is.
Give me an insight check, Cora. All right, Hedon, with a 21, you can pretty well read. Hedon, what's your impetus?
It's very clearly, I'm not leaving my friend dead in an alley.
The body is just the body. I have what's important in this ring. Let's go.
What are you talking about?
Major's spirit is in this ring. Let's go.
We don't have the time to drag a Loxodon out of this alley, and that's going to help the investigation wrap up more swiftly. We need to leave before the warders get here, unless we want to have a repeat performance of our night at the lecture.
Diamond picks up Aurelia and is like, let's fucking go.
You guys can hear mailed boots on the cobbles.
Fucking
they are
no.
right around the corner.
Wotan's going.
Cora's turning it in.
Okay.
Hedon hesitates for a little bit longer as people start to move away. Gets up, move so that he can sort of line up the two in a row. And I'm going to cast Burning Hands on the two corpses.
Okay.
And Woden shoves the head in the bag as he's leaving. So.
All right. Burning Hands goes off, and then I assume Wotan Wotan and Hedon make a run for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that Cole grabbed all of Mage's stuff, all the relevant stuff.
Oh yeah, he would have grabbed everything relevant that he could.
I don't want to accidentally leave like
That would
an
have been
address or
great.
something for you guys. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's all good. Yep, no. Cole grabbed the healer's kit and then spent the rest of the time basically stripping the bodies of anything maneuverable that he could carry. So Cole is dashing out the alley, probably second or third in line, with all of Mage's shit, a heavy crossbow, a quiver of bolts, 2 hand axes, 3 scimitars. Like
Yes.
he's making a run for it, and he sounds like a walking junkyard. All right, and you guys dash off just as you hear the shouts from the far end of the alley. You've been spotted, but you're already moving.
As soon as Wotan breaks line of sight, he's using Mask of Many Faces and looking like someone very different.
Okay.
What is the lighting situation in Murkdreamer Lanes?
Murkdreamer Lanes. So right now it's probably about 2 hours past noon.
I mean, it's
The
okay,
lighting is bright, but it has a refracted nature to it. At times, it takes on just a faintly orange or purplish glow. There are those occasional ephemeral banks of mist that tend towards the purples that sometimes sweep through and diffuse a lot of the ambient illumination. But for the most part, it's fairly well lit most of the time. It's just like kind of walking around inside a chandelier.
All right. Is there anything flammable that we're running past?
I mean, most of the things aren't. Conflux architecture tends towards the stone and slate. There will be exposed timbers and things like that on buildings, but it's fairly rare that it's mostly wood or wood of a dimension that you wouldn't have to sit and concentrate on in order to catch it fire for a little bit.
No.
As they figured that out the first time the entire plane burnt to the ground.
Kind of, yeah.
No carts of hay or anything?
There are a few carts. Although you might be better served stealing one of those than lighting it on fire if you're trying to make a quick escape.
More distraction, but
Yeah, up to you. If you want to try and burn down part of the town as you leave.
Because I'm definitely the last one in the running away line. So,
Yep.
If it seems like people are just running and not grabbing something, then because by the time I pass it, they're obviously not getting on it. I would like to use Produce Flame and then Control Flames to set a controlled fire behind us to slow down pursuit.
Okay. So that would take you about 12 seconds. So you guys are running.
Well, 12 seconds while I'm still moving because Control Flames has a range of 60 feet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but what
Light
I'm saying
run,
is you wouldn't be able to
run.
dash
Yeah.
and use your action at the same time.
Yes.
So it's going, you're gonna be moving at half speed compared to your comrades, more or less, for 12 seconds.
Yep.
Which gives you a very good look at the 6 warders that are chasing you guys down. The flames leap out with a crackle from the back of this cart that you've selected as your sort of distraction. As you're able to spot one that's literally crossing the road, more or less, and then stopped, but it's kind of angled out into the area. And with a couple quick gestures and a few murmured words under your breath, you send the thing up in a small conflagration. It halts 3 of them for just a moment, But when the horse that's attached to it panics and begins bolting the other direction, they just kind of slam up against the walls, as now there is a flaming cart headed back down the direction from which you guys came, which will definitely draw a good bit of attention away from you, but doesn't seem to have done much more than, at least temporarily at least, delay the 6 men, roughly, that are chasing you guys down. I need everybody to roll athletics checks.
Again, 7 strength.
Yes. Those of us who are really good at
Not 7.
Oh God.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 3 and got a 1.
That's a 10. That's a 12. That's a 10.
So I will, however, note that Wotan's in particular goal was essentially to break sight and then start breaking off to the side of the group, looking like someone else, so that he's not the person that they're specifically chasing.
Okay.
So he was intending to sort of move at a side angle to the rest of the group.
Okay. So you guys are moving, trying to stay out of sight. Wotan, are you letting the rest of your group just leave you behind, or are you trying to at least keep up with them?
He's trying to keep up like a street or two to the side.
Okay.
Basically just trying to distance himself enough from the group so that he's not considered in the I'm being chased party, but trying to keep an eye on them in case he needs to intervene for something.
Okay. So the amount of time that it would take you to go a street or two to the side, you will completely lose sight of your party. You know this from having spent a lot of time on the streets of this city.
All right.
So you can still make that choice if you want.
He's actively slower than everyone else in the group by virtue of being a dwarf.
Okay.
So yeah, he's gonna lose them eventually anyway. So yeah, he's just gonna break off from the rest of the group, because if he's in the running with all of them, he's eventually gonna get caught because he just can't run as fast as everyone else.
Right.
So he's gonna break off.
Okay. Sounds good. Give me a stealth check then, since you're doing that. I'll give you advantage since you made yourself look like somebody else.
Natural 20.
Boom. All right. Yep. You are well out of the warder's radar. But they're doing a fairly good job at keeping up with you guys. They lose sight of you from time to time, but these are locals. They know these streets very well. These are patrolmen. These are beat cops. They're aware of their environments to an extent. And you're pretty sure that unless you guys can find some cover or something, duck into a place that they wouldn't expect you or something of that nature, they're probably going to catch you at some point. Everybody give me a perception check. Except for Wotan. And anybody who's unconscious.
Hey, a natural 20.
The other side of that.
Cora is sweating into their eyes and just trying to keep moving at this point. Hedon, as you round the corner,
By a conversation.
yeah. Hedon, as you round the corner, the scent of lavender and fresh linen hits your nose, and you come face to face with a single long, low building bearing a sign that reads, "Good Vibes Washery, Laundry by the Bleach Boys."
Nice.
It's the only presentable cover for the length of this road. The other buildings all appear to be either active with workers or already shut tight.
Am I just too far away from everyone else to grab anybody?
No, everybody else is definitely within like a couple yards of you, more or less.
I would like to try to just grab Cora and Diamond, and via Diamond also Aurelia, and trusting that Cole can disappear on his own, yank them in this direction.
Okay. Cole gets about, let me see.
Yeah, Cole's an urchin. He knows these streets better, probably even than the cops.
Well, no, he's never been to this
Oh,
quarter.
he's never been to Murkdreamer. Yeah. He's never been to Murkdreamer.
Yep.
But Cole can be stealthy on his own.
Cole also has Mask of Many Faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. But he's also carrying a huge amount of obviously looted equipment, so that, might
Yeah.
might factor somewhat.
Cole is capable of making his own decisions, even though he's not here to make them.
Yep. Cole gets about 3 or 4 more yards down the walk, sees that you guys have vanished, and doubles back and just dashes inside the door just as the warders start to round the corner. They sprint probably about halfway down and then realize that you guys have to be hiding somewhere nearby and start systematically spreading out from about halfway down the alley. You've got a little while before they bust into this.
I looking at Diamond and Cora, I just go, I put my fingers to my lips, and then I dash out into the street in the opposite direction, running the other way.
Okay. Zoe.
Yep.
You're leaning, elbows on the counter, as a number of people burst into your laundromat, one of them being carried unconscious by another. And then without anybody really noticing you all that much, which is sort of your general preference, one of them holds a finger to their lips and then dashes back out as you can hear, having heard already, the warders tramp by and then spread back out. Let me make a roll, and we will see how things go from there.
I'm trying to make them chase me, for what it's worth.
Yeah, on a 19, at least one of them sees you, and you hear shouts as some people start chasing down the tiefling who just left.
Back in the
And
alley.
then in the back of your mind, Zoe, you hear a voice. That is them. Make your introductions, heiress.
All right. Sorry, Jeremy.
Oh no, I was just gonna say back in the alley. A chorus says telepathically, "We have a lot of martyrs in this group, don't we?"
All right. So, Jack, who exactly is in there? I know that Aurelia's unconscious body is.
Right, so Aurelia's there, being carried by Diamond. Korishana's there.
And then Cole.
And Cole.
And am I the only person working here today, or are there?
You're not
other
the only person working, but you're the one at the counter. Most of the other staff is in the back by the wash basins and everything.
I can't send them to the back because there are people there. Got it.
I mean, you could. You just might have to explain it to your coworkers at some point.
No, that's too much work. So yeah, what you guys see is, well, I guess don't really notice yet. You're busy. Is a half-elven woman, and clearly dressed with somewhat darker skin, and then the more golden eyes that drow tend to have. Dressed with a sort of hairnet and clearly clothes that are meant to be dirty, potentially some kind of uniform. As that all happens, she sort of steps forward and sort of pulls two of the baskets for clothes, the dump baskets for clothes with her. I would get your friend in here and perhaps get in yourselves.
Okay. Diamond is trying so hard not to cry.
I will take the unconscious one, put her down, being aware that breathing is necessary, cover with some cloths.
So a nice pile of...
Jeremy, we can't hear whatever it was you just said.
A nice pile of
I don't know why.
not terribly clean kitchen linens are flung over top of Aurelia's recumbent form.
Does it look like she's the kind of unconscious person that might suddenly wake up, or just definitely out?
Out, might wake up, but probably at least needs a little splash of water in the face before anything is likely to happen.
All right, as long as she's not likely to blow our cover, that's great. Sorry, Jeremy.
So again, I'm sorry. Who are you?
My name is Zepho, and it seems like right now we need to act quickly. I will explain in a moment. Or would you prefer I call for the warders?
Wotan, by the way, is attempting to sort of tail the search, just like maneuvering the city blocks and just moving slowly and trying to see when the warders start to fan out and search.
Give me a perception check then.
Sight for intent.
Can I roll deception against that or no?
You can,
But I did nat 20.
but you did nat
Can I
20.
please try?
You definitely can. You can.
In
You
fact,
definitely can.
I nat 1 and nat.
Yep. Advantages.
Actually, this is probably closer to persuasion because I'm not actually being dishonest or lying outright. Okay. With a natural 20, this is a person who's sure the explanation will take long enough that there will be an argument and you will get caught. Probably mostly on your side, definitely strongly incentivized to help you and not outright lying about any of this.
Very
Is there
well.
something specific you're looking for?
No. That's everything. Very well.
I have 20 on my
I'm
perception.
following leads at the moment.
Yeah.
Wotan, you're trying to keep up, but short legs make it a little difficult.
Oh yeah, that's why I broke off.
Uh-huh. You hear the commotion and the hubbub kind of peter out for a bit. And then about 30 seconds later, there's a shout and a number of steps. But before those steps have even close to gotten to you, Hedon comes just barreling down this alley, hell for leather, straight at your face. You changed when he wasn't looking, so he does not recognize you. Hedon, you're just running towards what?
It's probably a at this point like very elderly looking like graybeard dwarf who looks like they've been here for a long time.
Going right overhead then. Just hurtle over and keep running.
So
make an acrobatics check, Hedon.
This is perfect.
I want this to go badly.
16.
Nope.
So, worth noting, Murkdreamer Lanes does it have any rivers that run through it?
Rivers? You have your occasional channels and that sort of thing, but the river itself just barely squeaks by the west end of it.
Okay. So in that particular case,
you guys, if you're looking at the main city map, you guys are roughly where the D in Murkdreamer is.
Okay, yeah. So with that in mind, definitely letting Hedon jump over me, and is going to collapse and make a show of being the civilian that got pushed over in a chase.
Okay.
So that when the guards come down the alley, if any of them ask where he went, he can point in the wrong direction of where he turns out of the alley.
Okay. Make me a deception check.
Do I get any advantage for the strength of magic disguises?
Not currently.
Okay. Well, deception is one of my good things.
Right.
15.
15. All right. Let me roll something for the warders that will inform how this goes. So Hedon basically hurdles you like he's running the 100 meters, and nips off around the back end of a couple of buildings a little ways back from you. You just fling yourself bodily onto the ground, yelling something about rheumatism and what the fuck is wrong with the young people these
My
days?
lumbago.
As 6 warders come around, 2 of them almost trip over you, and they're like, shit, fuck, got it, trying to edge around you, and one of them's like, which way did he go, Granddad?
I point in the general direction, but the wrong alley.
Right. Thanks, citizen. And they're off, and they just yank. So where he cut left, they go right, and they are just hauling ass in now the completely wrong direction.
I'm trying to find a brothel to lay low in.
Give me an investigation check.
Just like, where is the brothel? Oh, look, dive.
Really reasonable and in character thing to say.
A 19.
So you pass 2 more alleys, and then you see a pair of women in marginal state of undress, but not like flaunting marketing undress, just we're not wearing any tops because we're relaxing and having a cigarette undress. Because this is definitely a back alley on the rear of a number of buildings.
I would like to, as I'm slowing down.
Are you disguised?
No, I'm not.
All right, so your flamboyant ass basically is just like, it's the Wile E. Coyote heel screeches, you know?
As I'm slowing down, I'm pulling out 4 gold coins, 2 in each hand, and throwing my arms around their shoulders and just hovering the gold coins in front of their chests. Ladies.
The gold coins are gone in 3 seconds flat. Come on inside then, love.
Inside.
All right. Hedon will be able to entertain himself for at least half an hour there.
It's long enough for everything to cool off, except for me.
Back to the laundromat.
Yes.
So where are you directing this motley crew?
That's right. I was checking a spell description. Diamond doesn't seem really capable of keeping still, so I'm directing Cora into the other laundry basket, and then just indicating for Diamond to get behind the counter under it, just in case. Then just go back to work
Okay.
for the moment.
After about 10 minutes, you risk a glance outside, and it doesn't seem like there's any particular warder presence in the way.
Given my preferences, would I know if there's sort of one of the back exits that no one really uses, or a break room that's usually just no one in it?
Yeah, there's a few.
Okay.
And right now is sort of the time of day when you've taken in most of the day's work. There might be 1 or 2 drop-offs, but they'll of course just come into the front room and leave things at the counter.
Awesome. Yeah. So then I will take those baskets containing 2 people and indicating for Diamond to follow me. He head to one of those rooms.
Cole will trail along behind you, having taken the ensuing 5-10 minutes or so to kind of bundle all of his loot together into a more accessible bundle.
Yeah. So as I sort of close that room, hopefully this is a room that's fairly private. I apologize for the introduction. I felt like it probably wasn't the best time to get into the weeds of detail. Should we do that now, or do we want to try and wake up your friend first?
I think Cole has one of the medical kit.
Diamond's hyperventilating.
Jeremy, again, I'm really sorry.
I
didn't-
don't Can you not hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can hear you.
now, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's just you're talking quietly and the mic's not picking you up for whatever reason.
You're good.
How's that?
That's better.
Great.
Much
I
better.
literally was speaking normal volume, so
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
No, yeah.
I saw you talk and I didn't want to interrupt.
No, you're good. Anyway. Where were we?
You've been moved while you're in a laundry basket and kind of covered by linen.
Oh yes, I mean, where were we in the conversation?
Oh.
Do we want to wake up your friend, or would you like to go over those details first?
Let's awaken Aurelia.
Helping the unconscious person out of the basket and laying her on a table, looking over the person with the medical kit.
All right. Go ahead, and whoever wants to make a medicine check, if anybody else is helping out, you can get advantage on it.
I will help out, but does someone else want to make the check?
I will go ahead and make the check. I'm not terrible at it. I'm not great, but we'll see.
19.
Yep, that's a 19.
Aurelia can spend up to 2 hit dice.
Okay, I have 2 left, so
Hey, how about that?
that's a 3. Great rolls here, great rolls. Let's do it all. That seems appropriate. Hey.
All right. So Aurelia comes to consciousness with 7 hit points.
Fuck, what's going?
Easy.
What? Where?
Relax.
So just a quick note that after he's managed to derail the hunting party, he's gonna really quickly shift from basically Balin to more Feely, and
Okay.
and then is gonna start trying to find the rest of the group.
Okay.
Where am I?
That's a long story.
Where is everyone else? She's
That
looking
is-
around.
that
She's
is-
set up. What?
That is a long story. The short of it is, and this may be a bit jarring, Wotan ran off one way to distract people. Heaton ran off another way to distract people because the Watch were coming after us.
Okay.
And apparently we needed 2 distractions and not just one. I don't
Okay.
understand that, but that's fine. We are, well, I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory at the moment.
No, it's not.
Came from the watch in a laundromat, dear.
Okay. Who are you?
Zoe, pleasure to meet you. And
Hi.
We're still working on that. We didn't have much time to really converse, but
Are
I
you done
believe.
catching up so we can talk about me now, or are we still catching up?
Stop, look over, and actually speak. We're getting caught up at the moment. So,
So waits patiently.
yes, this person helped us us hide for the moment. This
Where's
is
Maja?
that's a very complex question, or that's a very simple question with a complex answer. The simplest way to explain it is no longer living, but her soul is in this ring.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I know.
Okay. So we're here in a laundromat. All right.
Yes.
Are they still after us?
Yes. But
Okay.
not currently running after you.
All right. So, and you are helping us hide in a laundromat. Why?
Well, I might need some assistance, and I gather that you're the people to go to. And a fairly large sword, a scimitar, will manifest in Zoe's hand and start glowing with energy before being glowing with green fire before being dismissed.
Ah,
Yeah,
when did that
my
start?
compact is currently dead, or definitely dead, and probably not returning to the game, so I need a new one.
What happened to them?
That is an important question. Yes.
So I'm not making this up. I'm being completely honest. I went
Insight.
to find them after.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Insight.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Let Zoe tell this story because this will be fairly
good.
important.
It's good.
Okay.
Hey.
Is being completely honest.
Okay.
Is probably doesn't know all the details, but is also not embellishing for Aurelia's perspective.
Okay.
I got my powers. I started heading to where I was supposed to meet. Saw some people conversing, assumed they were my compact, waited on the side so I didn't introduce, hi, I'm a warlock, to some random people that weren't actually the people I was meant to be with. And they immediately decided that the first clue to the game was at the bottom of those rapids, and none of them knew how to swim, so better dive on in. So they're in pieces.
You know what? I
don't
believe
actually know any of their names because we never got that far.
I believe you because nobody would make up a story that bad.
Right? Yeah, so you have already succeeded at my metric of meeting a compact better than my last one. Congratulations on largely being alive and being a soul in one case. Hello, soul in a ring. Oh, wait, that part. I forgot that was telepathic.
Yep.
Character throws that out.
Yep.
Congratulations on largely still being alive and also being pursued by the Watch. But I can help you get out of here and help you with the game in general.
No, that sounds. Yes. We will have to
There were people that we will have to
discuss.
we cannot make decisions as a whole for
Yes.
the compact as a whole. But
there's more that we need to locate.
yes,
I like her.
decided to run off in different directions to be distractions.
I like her. She can join.
Okay.
Thank you.
Vote noted, Cole.
Do any of them still seem like they're covered in blood or otherwise suspicious?
Eden got us all, I think.
Yeah.
Woden got pretty much everybody cleaned up.
Okay.
I mean, Aurelia still looks fucking wrecked, but
Yeah, I prestidigitation some of that. So
yeah, I mean, like you were clean, but
Yes,
you're
no, I
still
look wrecked.
heavily injured.
Yes.
Cole and Diamond are definitely looking worse for wear as well.
All right. So what we need to do then is get out of here. Our path out of here was through Granny Cobwebs, right? Do we know how that return journey was supposed to go? I was sort of freaking out about spiders at that point. Clearly, there are bigger issues. Let's see.
I
We
mean,
just walk out?
the short answer to that is we only needed to get in. We should be able, hopefully, to simply walk out.
All right, we need to contact the others unless they assume that we're just meeting back at the house, which is what we normally do.
I think it would be easier to let them find us unless we have some way of
No, I don't.
getting a message.
Speaking of which, Wotan, you decided that a grid search is probably the most effective way to find people in a area of the city that you're not familiar with.
I mean, it's the only thing that I can actually do to try and find them at that point. I mean,
Pretty much. So you pick a central point, and you just start systematically.
Don't you have a
working
compass
out.
that'll point you towards someone you've met if you say their
I have-
name out loud?
once per day, and I've already used it.
No, actually, you haven't. I don't think because you started to. And
Right,
then you
right,
have
right.
to actually know them.
Well, I'm going to try and hold on to that at this point because eventually I'll find them, even if it's back at the Hawkshead. So,
Right. But it's starting to look like maybe using the compass might be your best option because you've covered several blocks in every direction and you ain't seen shit.
all right, you shites. And he'll just pull the compass out and flip it open and just kind of whisper to it, Koroshana.
And the needle sways twice and then locks on. They're probably not that far away.
All right, let's go find them and start walking towards that direction.
Okay. 5 minutes walking will probably get you right up to the front of Good Vibes Laundry.
Really? Laundry? I mean, better than nothing, I suppose. And he'll step in.
Push your way in. There's a little bell that jingles. Nobody is in the front room.
If I hear the bell jingle, I will say, "You're psychic, right?" to Cora.
Yes.
Let me know if it's
Simplification, but yes.
Let me know if it's someone who's looking for you, and go to bat and casts invisibility on Cora, and starts heading out to the main room.
So, Corey, you look down at yourself and you can't see yourself. That's weird.
Disconcerting. I will follow.
You still make footsteps.
Yep. But you've got advantage on your stealth check to not let whoever
Yep.
might be hunting you see you. So I'll let you make that stealth check. Meanwhile, Zoe, you walk out. There's a dwarf.
Given Woden's background and my background, do I make the connection like almost immediately or no?
Well, he doesn't look like Wotan right now. He currently looks like Feely.
Never
Right.
mind.
Yep.
Never mind.
Wotan, go ahead. What's your passive perception?
Better
Passive
than
perception
knowing
is,
I'm
14.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's these kind of like saloon-like double doors that lead into the workroom area.
And they just flap open with no one there.
No, it's not that. It's they both swing open and Zoe steps through.
One of them catches
Swings
on me.
slow, and the one of them just bangs into something with an audible thud that's not there, and you hear Koroshana very quietly go,
I will try
Ow!
and cover for that
Ah,
as
fuck.
well as I
Okay.
can. By fiddling with the dwarf, muttering about how we need to replace it.
So, yeah, you hear Koroshana go, ow.
As Wotan is still holding the compass in his left hand, and he sort of looks at the spot where the owl was, takes
And
a
then-
step to the right.
Yeah. And the needle, like, it's definitely hinged on this spot where nobody's standing.
I sort of look at the drow. I look back at the half drow. I look back at the invisible spot. Sort of tilt the head in question.
You recognize that compass, Cora.
That doesn't mean shit.
That's fair.
Because people can pick stuff up.
That's fair.
Silence. There's nothing yet.
Fuck shite.
Can I help you, sir?
I don't know that Coda can do that trick, do I? In fact, I don't think. I'm looking for a a friend might have come through here a minute ago with a couple of other friends.
I like the idea that Wotan is still looking at the compass and trying to like angle it to see where the fuck Cora is.
And I was like, I pieced the compass to the side. Yeah, okay. I've got Cora's position basically locked in at this point.
Right, yeah, no, just by dead reckoning, you're like, okay, they're literally in the room, but not in the room.
Sorry, sir. I can check for you in the back, but I haven't seen anyone come in. Could I ask my colleagues?
You know what? It really doesn't matter who you are at this point. And he just kind of drops Mask of Many Faces.
And there's Wotan.
We're good.
Oh, sorry about that. Come on in. Come on.
Good, because I was about to just cast Hold Person and then drag your paralyzed ass into the back.
I mean, that's a lot more subtle than me.
Seeing as fuck to see.
So yeah. I'll head back to the back room. Hi, I'm Zoe, prospective member of your compact.
Forward. I like it.
We're still discussing that, but
Mm-hmm.
long story.
Although now I suppose the question can actually be asked of whether or not Zoe recognizes Wotan.
You've never met before.
Given my background and Woden's background, would I be able to put the pieces together of that?
Yeah. Good. Does the assassin have enough knowledge that bad reputation triggers?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
Zoe.
Great. 10.
He carries himself like a criminal.
Okay.
That's for sure. As far as actively recognizing him,
More recognizing his legitimacy.
right? Yeah, this is a dwarf who definitely carries some street cred in the wrong places. That's for sure. You can easily pick up on that much.
All right. So what's the current situation with the rest of us? The guard are currently chasing Hedon down the wrong direction. So he should, if he can figure out how to lay low, he should be fine.
Do you know where he went?
No, but I do know that the guard followed the advice of a kindly old dwarf and went the wrong direction.
Good. Okay.
So you're saying that as long as Hedon can avoid calling attention to himself, we'll be fine.
Which it's up to Hedon at that point. So
Exactly.
I know this part of the city pretty well. If you know what kind of place he might have gone or where he was headed, I might be able
a brothel.
Yeah.
Given
It does seem likely.
You can think of about 6 within the immediate general vicinity.
Well, there's a fair few. Do you have anywhere you might be able to meet up with him, or just we'll need to?
He should hopefully know if he saw the guard chasing us. So he would hopefully know to meet us back at our residence.
I can
There's a fair ways away though.
if you need, and I can definitely help you out of the back store.
All roads eventually lead back home. So
yes. Like I said, it is easier for him to find us, probably, than us to find him.
Yes, I don't know if he'd actually go searching for us. Otherwise, it is usually better to stay in one place so that someone else can find you. I think I think going back to the house, that was probably the best idea. How are Cole and Diamond doing? Because I'm looking at them to see how they are. We've been through stuff, and I'm curious.
Silently crying in the corner.
Okay. How about Cole? Just chilling. He's looking at his stuff.
Very NPC like at the moment.
Yes.
Cole is leaned up against a wall, just kind of watching everything. And he's specifically trying to sort of keep an eye on Diamond, but definitely does not know how best to react.
Mm-hmm. Aurelia's gonna move.
And
over to
occasionally just reaches out and like pats her on the shoulder twice.
Mm-hmm.
Crime becomes worse.
Yep.
I grab your hand. Hey.
How are you feeling?
Could be better. Everything hurts a little bit. But we need to keep moving and we need to get out of here so that it doesn't get worse. And then we'll figure out what to do from there. Her soul is apparently still in that ring or whatever, right?
Yes.
That's the thing you were putting on? Okay, that's
Yes.
the last thing I remember. Okay. So we'll figure out what to do from there. But we have to keep moving right now because who knows how long it will take the warders to start asking questions of the various businesses that a group of renegades have hidden in. So we're going to get going now, I think. Right? And I look at the rest of the group.
Yes.
So we're going to get a coach. I suggest we get one that's a little more expensive so that warders who are asking questions of dodgy people leaving sections of the city very fast are probably not going to start with that one. And so we can get home faster. Is everyone okay with that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Acceptable.
Show us this back exit. I turn to Zoe.
Yep, I will lead them quietly as possible out a disused exit, and towards somewhere that I guess I've decided we can catch a carriage.
Okay. For a carriage back to, I guess you guys are going to Knives Font, you said?
Yeah.
A carriage back to Knives Font, it would be quite a bit.
Yeah, it would.
However,
Actually, where's the boat?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you left the Wave Crest tied up.
Stormways, I think, because we had to go to Crooktowns.
You left it, it's tied up
What was it?
near
Okay.
Stormways.
Okay.
So we actually just need the carriage to Stormways.
Yeah.
Which for the,
I'm sorry, where was Mage's? She lived in
Twilight's Web.
Twilight Web.
Yep.
I don't know if any of you actually ever went to Mage's house.
Nobody ever
No,
did.
we didn't. I think you
But,
told
yeah,
us where you lived, though, at least.
Yeah, she was pretty open about where she lived. I think
Mhm.
he knows fairly specifically because they talked about it at one point, but
Yep.
didn't need to go to the same
Yeah,
place.
I think someone knows specifically where it's at because I believe Mage just said if you need to contact me, find me at this place
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
because
that-
because they had to go and work.
and Woden has a decent idea because you have been a taxi service.
Yep.
Sorry.
But it'll be about a gold each to get you guys from Murkdreamer to the docks in Stormways.
I will mark a gold off. If anyone
Yep.
is short on money, I can pay for them as well.
I'm rich now. Rich-ish. It's adjacent.
As you are walking down to where the livery stable is, however, a few of you catch a cry from a vendor nearby. Everybody roll me perception.
Well,
16.
20.
Natural
Well,
20.
Right. So you recognize it first. This is your hometown. You know where the crier vendors camp out.
Mhm.
Wotan and Aurelia also pick up on it fairly quickly. Great game underway. All supporters and stand-ins at present. 3 coppers a sheet. Get your stand-ins here, fresh off the great press. Thank you, sir. Read about the compacts. All the news on the great game here.
I really want to know how our odds are.
I was about to say I need to pick up the Great Game
Yeah.
newspaper.
Yeah, I want that.
Wait, hold on 1 minute, and I Mask of Many Faces we'll say Dwalin, and I'll go over.
Like how you're just describing yourself in terms of the Hobbit.
Yeah,
in terms of Lord of the Rings.
Well, it's like, as a dwarf, Mask of Many Faces works best if you're going with dwarves because they have a very, very specific height and weight range. So just
silhouette.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep going with Lord of the Rings dwarves.
Just keep reskinning yourself.
Yeah.
All right. 3 copper. He'll sell you one.
Pay 3
Lord of
copper.
the Rings fighting game. We only had one of the disposable dwarves, but you can change to whichever skin you'd like.
It's sort of like the ninjas in
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Yeah.
Is anybody else buying their own personal copy, or are you guys gonna all try and crib
Sure.
off of?
I will buy a copy.
I'll
Okay.
share.
I think that I'm better than everyone.
So I will head back and, as we're walking, share the newspaper with everyone.
All right. So it'll get passed around. So
Yeah.
we will just put this in everybody's journals.
Ooh, yay.
I'll read it on my carriage ride back home.
You won't have one.
I'll get one on the way.
Okay.
If there's a person yelling about it, come on.
Yeah. But it's the one called Sirix 25 broadsheet.
Yep.
Because that's what day it is.
It takes so long to load. Why?
Because it's a very large image.
There we go.
JPEGs, man. JPEGs.
Yep.
Also, the general optimization on this site.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
no,
We
roll
are
20.
not on there. Okay. Whew.
Yeah. There are apparently 4 compacts that have at least made it into the public zeitgeist. And you guys are not currently one of them, which may be good or bad, depending on how you view it.
I am very disappointed that there are not betting odds.
Not on the front page, at least.
But it looks like one
it's
of
a newspaper. It's 1 page.
Yep.
there's new looks like our friend from the Dotrains has made it onto the list at least.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
The one that we met at the conversations with the when we met at the open house with
Lord Train.
Cabal.
Cabal.
Mm-hmm.
Cabal to Train. We met at the open house with the philosopher.
Oh, there it is.
Dreamheart Road. Yeah.
Hayden, you are expressing your emotions in your preferred manner.
Everyone
Wow,
grieves.
that's the best that is the most.
Everyone grieves in their own way. Mine involves whips.
Yours involves time at the Happy Swallow.
That's such a good name.
Isn't it?
That's such a good name for a problem.
There's a lot of bird themes in this place.
It's great. I love it.
As you are being plied with the services thereof, there are, of course, mirrors. And you see your reflection from its given position. Shift, stand up, stretch a bit. Well, child.
Am I alone?
You're not.
Okay.
But nobody else seems to have seen it or noticed.
I just smile and wink because I don't know if me talking is audible or not.
Don't worry, they won't hear you.
It's impressive that you were able to stand up from that position.
Well,
I should know. I'm in it.
I've got many thousand years of practice. There are things that I am capable of that will take you quite a bit of time to master.
So, what's the news?
You're doing well. The loss was unfortunate. But I see you're attending to your emotional needs in proper fashion.
As I always do.
How is your mother, by the way?
Do I know?
You haven't talked to her since the game got started.
I have no idea.
Well, pass her my respects, should you reach out at any point.
I'll do that. Is that a significant clue or just a personal interest?
You're all my family. Wouldn't do to neglect one's family.
See, you say that in a way that makes it seem like it's a significant clue.
My boy, when you've risen to the position in the greater bureaucracies of the multiverse that I have, everything one says is significant. Even the things that aren't. But I'm not here to play riddles or foist jokes back and forth, at least not entirely. Came with a bit of advice, one might say. Enough time's passed that I don't feel like I'm going to be flirting too close to blatant or flagrant violations of the rules. How much time did you get to spend in Fell Heights, anyway?
I mean, up till I was 18, so plenty of.
So you're familiar, then, with the censure of the gods?
Am I familiar with the censure of the gods?
Give me a history check with advantage.
18?
18. Yes, you are. There is a large tower in the kind of slightly northeastern part of Fell Heights. The exterior seems pretty weathered and a fair amount. You would almost call it a ruin, but it never seems to get any worse. And supposedly, on the interior, you will face trials and get answers or information or rewards or something. It's kind of a classic sort of questy story trope of person goes in, they risk a great amount of peril, but what they gain in return is somewhat commensurate. Mostly, though, people go in and don't come back out. Or if they do come back out, they're crazy and or dead.
It's the rusty old trap tower in the north, right?
Exactly. I wouldn't go there anytime within the next month, but if you do get stuck at any point or need something to help you along, give you a bit of a boost, as it were, once you've come into your own strength a bit more, and your friends have as well, wouldn't be the worst thing that you could try if you feel you need it.
I mean, it could be fun.
Oh, it's always fun. Just depends on for whom.
Could be fun for me and us.
Could be.
I will be sure to pass that along.
That slim one in the corner, I might have to visit her tonight.
Oh, the things she can do with those fingers.
I can imagine.
You don't have to.
Well, take your time. Let your friends know when the moment seems right.
I'll bear it in mind.
Also, there will be a new friend, but you'll figure that out fairly quickly.
Is that how this goes? One of us dies, and the other, and then a new one just rotates in.
Not always. But this time, there was a level of willingness on a few different parties' parts, myself included. So, we made a bargain.
Sounds
It's half
good.
the fun of this game for us.
Well, sounds good.
Enjoy.
Am currently.
And he just vanishes.
After,
Which is weird, looking into a mirror where you had a reflection, and now there is literally no reflection. And then about 30 seconds later, your reflection's back as it should be.
Yeah. I'll spend about another hour there before requesting that one of the people that work there to get me a cart, a carriage, the fanciest one.
Okay. If you're going all the way back to
All the way
Knives
back
Font,
to all the way back.
fanciest one, that's
Yep.
going to be about. Let me check. That's going to be about
With grief by spending money.
11 gold.
Done.
Okay.
I want to arrive fashionably late in style.
You'll be able to manage that.
Good.
If you want to, you can spend 3 copper for your broadsheet on the way.
Yes, I will do that as well.
Okay.
And some
Which
food.
is- Which brings us back to food was provided at the brothel.
Good.
Yeah.
Only the classiest food establishment.
Well, you know, it's important to not have your customers pass out from sugar deprivation partway through the services that they've paid so well to partake of. Very bad form.
Yes.
But that brings us back to the rest of you who are able to find a carriage, load up, and get back down to the Stormways dock.
Okay.
At which point, the transit back towards Knives Font proceeds without much incident. It'll be another 3 silver for docking purposes with the troll from the Floodwatch.
What time is it right now?
The time that you guys are getting back is probably going to be right around sunset.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Never mind. Following along. Okay.
So any conversations that need to happen on the way can happen, or we can skip right to you guys getting back home.
Yep.
I
Go ahead.
I will probably also convey to Woden the basic story of how I lost my last compact. If that spurs anything great. If not, he also knows that now.
Okay.
Oh.
You're familiar with those rapids. It does take a bit of prior knowledge if you're going to plan on negotiating those safely. That sounds exactly what would happen if a bunch of fucking landsmen jumped in a boat and decided we need to go down these rapids.
Was there any actual merit to that idea that there might have been some kind of treasure down there?
I have no idea how they came to the conclusion. That was our meeting spot, and I think they decided it was next to the meeting spot. But it is entirely possible their patrons told them something I don't know.
I might want to check down there later. Just
As
in
long as
case
you're
they were right.
aware that if you aren't careful, it will meat grind you and can swim.
I can swim very well.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Is there a chance they could have done what you did, the whole 9 days underwater thing.
I suspect they were. I suspect they were already warlocks, which implies that was not their.
Got it.
If they were already warlocks and decided to dive into the water, I doubt it.
There were definitely flesh chunks. I did check.
Okay, good. All right.
Always good to be thorough.
Yep. Yeah, no.
Wotan kind of looks over at Diamond.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was actually going to try and do something. I was just waiting because I could not tell if Mara was done with what she was.
Oh no, I'm just doing my thing. It's okay.
All right, go ahead
Yeah,
for
well,
Korshana
that
then.
was going on. Mentally, how are you doing?
To who?
To Diamond, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I'm not okay.
Nor should you be.
I've never had somebody that I've known die in front of me. Certainly not so gruesomely.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't help. And I don't like this new person. And I need some time.
Those are all entirely fair things. Oh, hold on, I need to check something actually really quick here. Yep. Would it help if you were able to speak to her? Or is that something that you're not ready for right now?
I mean, because Diamond didn't hear you talk about the ring,
Right?
And probably didn't actually see you put the ring on, and
Nope.
doesn't understand any of that. So
nope.
It's like, do you have?
Yes.
Your patron allow you to speak to?
No.
Dead or
no? She's inside this ring.
Isn't that the ring you got from your
Yes,
place?
it is. It has the ability to store the soul of somebody who dies wearing the ring in it. I couldn't do much to save her, but if she was going to die, I wanted to do this. I don't want to instill any false hope. This doesn't mean that she can be brought back, but she is not gone. And if you want to speak to her,
Yeah.
I will hand it over.
Diamond puts the ring on. Can she talk to Major?
According to the ring, according to the item, anybody wearing the ring can.
What do you say, Diamond?
One sec.
And in fact, a wearer can't even prevent the telepathic communication.
Nope.
Major?
Oh dear.
I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
I couldn't. And then I'd leave your body.
That
So
seems.
sorry.
Hmm. People's time comes. It's never easy. You did your best.
Are you okay? I mean, is this what you want? I know dying's not really what somebody wants, but
I lived a long time. It's all right. I was always expecting that I wouldn't live much beyond the years I did. And they were good ones.
I just want you to know that I didn't have any grandparents growing up, but I feel like I got a little bit of that experience knowing you, and I'm gonna miss you. And Diamond takes the ring off, puts a very wet kiss on it, and hands it back to Korshana. Thank
Fight
you.
nod. Of course.
Woden kind of looks over at Diamond. After a while, it never gets easier. You just learn, you get better at handling it, but it never gets easier.
I don't know what all you've faced, Woden. You're a lot older than I am, and you've seen a lot. But I hope I never become the person that stops feeling when a friend dies. I'll be
And
okay.
You never should. Like I said, you get better at handling it. You don't let it stop you. You don't let it slow you down when you need it not to. But it never gets easier. You just get stronger.
And I'll be okay. I just, again, I'm getting a lot of firsts.
If it makes you feel any better, you handled your first a lot better than I did.
I don't think I really had time, but I did get to hear her one more time, and I think that shortened my grieving. If you guys hear like screaming from the roof later tonight, I'm very sorry.
It's all right.
You guys live in Knife's Font?
Yes.
Can't decide if that makes it better or worse that you're going to be screaming on a roof. Whatever.
Yes.
Be careful.
Is the answer.
Mm.
Both.
It definitely won't stand out as much as it would
No.
in certain other districts.
Doesn't mean no one comes to deal with it.
Yep.
Richter.
Someone come up on a angry Diamond on a rooftop.
Richter was a member of my original crew when I first started sailing the waters. And he was the best helmsman that I've ever known. He could steer down the rapids without blinking an eye and dash people across the rocks without putting a scratch on whatever boat we were bringing across. And He was quick with a joke, knew how to mix a fine drink,
Damn it.
and never let anyone feel like they were being ignored. And so... No. And when a harpoon caught him in the chest from a rival group, there was a moment of shock and a moment of rage. And Thalia was the only person that managed to stop me from leaping off the boat to go and throttle every last person on the enemy ship with my bare hands. It would have gotten me killed, but I just wanted to break everyone responsible. And he wasn't going to be the last. And I don't know that Major will be the last for you. But don't let yourself do anything stupid, because that's not what they would want you to do.
I know. I know.
I mean, unfortunately, Major will not be alive. There's no don't know about it.
I just hope that before any of us, we can get the other ones, the bad ones, the ones that are holding your. I'm so sorry. I don't actually know your relationship with her, but she's the one that you wanted to marry at one point. Her nieces. Yeah, we should fuck him up real bad. I am super down for that.
Yep. What
Thank you.
actually are we
Thank you
doing
for that.
next on this we had. Sorry.
What was that, Aurelia?
We've got information now that we can go gather.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've done that.
What was the Murkdreamer contract for? Which
Scale
job was
bellies.
that? Scale bellies? Yeah, so we can get information on the scale bellies if we need to.
That will help with Cora's goals.
Yes.
So you definitely know who the scale bellies are and where they tend to operate. Sometimes you've worked with them.
So, we're going home so we can meet up with Heaton, and then are we going to go turn in the head, I guess?
I think if we head to Shadow Shades, we can turn that in and get what information we can get. And then the information that we really needed to really progress on our plans was, so the other two contracts were the hire the assassins for information on which that was the antiquity.
Assassins was the Fey Antiquities, I believe, and
we need to
the-
retrieve
and
a
the
book
book
bound in
was-
leather titled "Breezes on the River at the Great Presses and Hollow Doors."
And that was for information on
Reinhold
on Cledwyn.
Mhm.
If we want to keep ourselves focused on task, we can head back to Shadow Shades, turn in and get the information we need, and then maneuver to Twilight's Web to head. The assassination house was in the Undergrass. Did we know where in the Undergrass?
They had not given you directions on that. That was going to be on you to find out.
Okay. And we can head to the Undergrass and see what we can find.
The Yanagiri House is the name of the people.
Yeah.
Who
The
Gary House. Yep.
we can. There are some entrances in Shadow Shades to the Undergrass, but there are more accessible ones in Twilight's Web. if we want to head down there and see if we can find any information about the Yanagiri house. Or we can head straight north and head for Hallowdoors, but I want to get this head out of my possession as soon as possible.
So, yep. They just mentioned House Youngary.
Yeah, we're getting there in a moment.
Okay.
So, I hope you have sleep in there somewhere because it looks like most of you could use some of that. But I would also absolutely love if we first headed back so I could be officially voted in as a member of your group, and you could tell me the details of why you want these things, because I might be able to help with some of that quite a bit. Promise. But it's just
Diamond, like,
until you let me in.
like snot covered arm, like wipes her eyes and turns to Zoe and is just like, you have very big shoes to fill.
Also, you got to learn.
Replacement for your other one. I'm me.
Also, you got to learn to read a room.
Oh, I can read a room when I need to. I'm just being insensitive because it's going to get you to actually pay attention to me.
It'll get us to pay attention to you and potentially to kill you.
Or not pay attention.
Let's just head back.
I only tell you because I can help.
I'm sure you can, but there's only so much that I value any help versus, well. You want to take the rudder, Diamond? You've been getting pretty good at it.
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, I will help Diamond navigate down the river back towards Nicewan.
All right. So you guys pull up, get back to the house, pay your docking fee, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
As you get settled in, take a little bit of time waiting for Hedon to return.
Important note. This is my octopus. Do not touch.
This is my Bubbles. Do not touch. Is Bubbles at the house? There will
Bubbles,
be
Bubbles is not at the house.
Mother fucker.
We've lost.
But as sunlight starts to fade, there's a rap on the door.
I'll answer it.
I will go, yeah.
Yeah. Hello?
Opening it reveals a young human girl, probably around 12. Who's in the front room besides Aurelia, who's gotten the door?
Wotan.
Wotan, make me a perception check.
Enzo.
Do I make that
10.
Okay. Something about her slightly familiar, but you can't quite place her.
Mm-hmm.
Aurelia, she kind of looks you up and down, then just pushes past you and walks inside.
Who are you? I'm gonna try and stop her with my arm.
So you reach out and you just sort of halt her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who are you?
She stops, looks up at you, and you see a swift motion. You can feel the prick of a short sword point on your wrist. You want to keep that chalk shit stain?
But this time, a Kalistar head pokes out from the other room.
Yeah, I'll withdraw my arm and yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, you're from the Were-Rats, aren't you?
The blade that's touching your wrist, just before you draw it back, sharp, probably average make.
Okay.
And it's coated with a thin sheet of a putrid brown substance. If that breaks skin, you're thinking a nasty infection is the absolute best you might be able to hope for.
Did it break skin?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
You're from the Were-Rats, aren't you?
Yeah. Mencken hadn't heard much from you lot. Wanted to be Red Curtain, you'd have enough scratch and dent on month's end. Now, I'm not sure certain your real tea leaves, but he says there's a chance of a decent half inch over in Underbow if you're willing to play chancy.
You're going to have to use words that aren't where rat speak.
Given that I speak Undercommon, which is Thieves' Cant, I'm assuming I am fairly able to understand this stuff.
Not so much. This isn't Thieves' Cant. This is some weird sort of urchin street talk.
Yep.
Something or other.
Cole, where are
I
you?
got enough in there together. There's a job if we don't have enough money for.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Fairly
Do
accurate.
we have enough money?
We do.
I don't know that we're interested at this moment.
All right. Well, I'm here for another 30 seconds because I have to deliver the message or, look, there's an old dowager with a cache of tomfoolery down Pine Kindle Yards near the Northam Orin Locks. 3 days gone, she's supposed to be out to Fell Heights for the Grand Warder's Gala, which means the cat and mouse should be empty. So in and out if you're feeling it, yeah. Otherwise, he'll see you for the hook and crook at the end.
Good to know if we decide we need some extra currency.
3 days, bitches. And she turns around and walks back out.
Your landlords are were rats.
Yes, we're going to have to. As the door shuts behind her, we're going to have to kill them at some point.
Or work with them, but either way. They have spies here, don't they?
Probably.
Cool.
All right.
But I'm absolutely certain we're not the first group of itinerants that have said that they have to kill them at some point.
I mean, I don't think that is necessarily an encouraging thought, considering that we are the latest tenants and none of the previous tenants are current tenants.
No, they have a number of different places.
All right. Nope. We're gonna
To
rest.
be fair, we're the reason the previous tenants aren't the current tenants. So
That's true. Yeah.
Continuing to wait for Heaton.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit by the tank and just sort of commune.
Okay.
His.
So are you guys waiting for Heaton to come back, or are you guys heading to Shadow Shades before he does?
Oh no. I have 7 hit points.
I'm going to stand up and walk out and do it all on my own and then die and then make a Chaos Warlock.
Fuck you, Jeremy.
Aurelia's gonna ask.
About 2 hours later. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Aurelia's gonna ask Cora about, like, after a good half an hour of just staring into the water, just silently. Does that ring really have her?
Yes.
He handed it to Diamond. She got all teary.
Yes.
Oh,
we'll talk?
I'm sorry?
Was she able to talk?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Okay.
I would assume so.
Is that how it works?
Yes. Would you like to?
No.
Okay.
I'm just curious.
Yes, that is how it works.
Wow.
Again, I don't want to give false hope. This is not some temporary place until we find a place to resurrect.
Yes.
While
that-
waiting.
That's
Sorry.
not even possible. Is it?
At this point, I don't believe it is, unless we find that truly rare individual who can do it from nothing. I don't believe that it's possible.
No. Yeah. It doesn't seem likely.
But she's still around, at least.
I burned her body so she wouldn't come back as a zombie.
Which is a good...
Don't know that.
BYC.
You're not back yet. You're the reason we're being held up. But is Cora wearing the ring at the moment?
Yes.
In your mind, you hear, I am also here if you would like to talk, of course.
I know.
That's all. Yep.
There are unfortunately no books in the ring. So Major might get bored.
Yep.
Just let me go. It's fine.
I can. Sorry, Major can leave at any time she wants. That's how
Yep.
they're written.
I mean, I just assume I'm just going to assume that throughout the entire course of the campaign, I'm going to be hearing exactly what we're doing wrong forever.
No. It would be much more effective
Sorry,
if you
John.
would hire a decent doctor.
On the way back,
Yep.
I'm going to be stopping at somewhere along the way to get a bottle of a bottle of wine, a suitably expensive bottle of wine.
A suitably
Please
expensive
tell me
bottle
you're
of
planning
wine?
to pour one out for your homie.
My phone couldn't find expensive bottle of wine in my music, but apparently, yes, a suitably expensive bottle of wine.
All right.
Please tell me you're planning to pour one out for your homie.
Oh yeah. I really wanted to go out and get food.
I think your phone heard Spotify expensive bottle of wine.
No, it was looking in my Apple Music. Anyways, but yes, a suitably
Either
expensive bottle of
way,
wine.
you can either stop at Gone with the Wine or A Wrinkle in Wine.
Gone with the wine.
Gone with the Wine? Okay.
That's appropriate.
Aurelia, after doing the staring in the tank thing for a little while and asking the question about the ring, immediately left. Got twitchy, left. She's getting dinner, like proper actual dinner, not weird pastries.
Okay.
That's
So are
gonna
you
bring
like
it back.
are you going to one of the taverns nearby or
Yeah, she's basically trying to get takeout.
Motley Brew or Beer and Loathing?
Fear and loathing.
Fear and loathing, sure.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like that more fits Aurelia's mood right now.
Yep.
We choose the puns based on our mood.
Yep.
That's fair.
And on Aaron's reaction, to be fair.
Which one pisses Aaron off the most? We go there.
All of them.
I'm sure they do. It is my one failure as your DM specifically. But you're how much do you want to spend, Eden?
I'll spend 5 gold on a bottle of wine.
Okay. Are you going for a white or a red?
Which one would be more appropriate?
Probably a red.
I
would
don't drink
think.
wine. So
Okay. I would assume a red.
a red than it is.
Okay. All right. So you get something on the lines of a really awesome Merlot, probably.
I don't open it. I'm keeping it until I get back.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Also, out of curiosity, because it may be relevant, does the ride back? Can I get enough of a rest to get a short or long rest?
You can get a short rest on the ride back.
Good. Get those spell slots back.
In the few hours we've been waiting, I assume we've all gotten a short rest.
Everybody's gotten at least a short rest by this point.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
wow.
I have no hit dice to spend, but I'll get my spell slots back.
Yep. And yes, Aurelia, for 2 silver, you're able to get plenty of food.
Perfect. I come back with that.
Okay. Did you just get food for yourself, or were you trying to grab enough for everybody?
No, enough for everyone.
Oh, okay. 3 silver. You can
Okay.
get enough food.
Perfect.
2 silver if you want a really decent meal for yourself. 3 silver if you want just a regular meal for everybody.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I come back with it.
All right.
About the time Peyton does, probably. I don't know.
And yes, so we will say that everyone is once again back at the Hawkshead.
Got food.
So, as I open the door, walk in, close it behind me, look over at Zoe. New kid. You just be quiet there for a second. Everyone else, I hold up a bottle.
Yep.
I pull out some glasses. And I
Where do you
hold them
keep
out.
those?
I have many secret places.
I grab another glass.
I was literally holding them.
I'll take one.
Woden takes a glass.
Anna takes glass.
Pop the cork on this bottle. Pour one for everyone. I have an extra glass that I put on the floor and pour one into. Because yes, I did pour one out for my homie. Hold the glass up.
I feel like the parting glass is a good dwarven morning song.
I don't say anything. I just hold the glass up. See if anybody else wants to say something.
Yeah, Wotan will sort of clink the glass to yours and sort of look around, and if no one else has anything to say, he will essentially sing the parting glass, just sort of start to take up the tune.
I begin downing the entire thing in one go.
Diamond joins you.
I will
Just
slowly sip, but still drink. Major died helping us. And I know she's still in that ring. I say looking at Cora because I'm the only one that knows what the ring does in its entirety because I identified it. I'm looking over at Cora. I know she's still in that ring. But let's not fuck this up. Okay? Okay. I will put the bottle on the table. See that there's food. Immediately I'll get some. Then look over at Zoe. So, new girl. What's your deal?
So, Warren here to help, who already has rescued many of you once, and waiting upon an official induction to offer her my complete service.
Yeah. Save the self-aggrandizing. What's your deal?
Help.
Eden is clearly our nuance and mediator.
So,
I already voted that she can be part of this. What the?
I figured you would, Cole. I figured you would.
So a blade appears in Zoe's hand. The sort of longer scimitar. It glows green and then in sort of silver. And then both the sword and the elf disappear.
So you're sneaky and stabby.
And I've been doing this longer than the game's been going on, reappearing.
And what does your patron want?
Again, I am completely willing to tell you, but really I would like to know if I'm in or out before then, because I don't want to give you guys an advantage if I end up being kicked out and needing to find.
That's actually entirely fair.
That's fair. Not good at building up trust, though.
No, not at all.
I mean, to be honest, Eden, I still don't know what your patron wants.
Didn't I tell you?
No.
A little vague.
Most, like, at least 2 people in this compact have still decided to be very private about
My patron wants us to overthrow the government. I thought we had that conversation.
Not that I recall. I don't recall you
It wasn't what your
saying,
patron
but-
wanted, it was why you were in it.
Yeah.
Why you had made the deal.
Oh, no, I haven't told you why I made the deal.
And we certainly let Wotan in be well. Again, I still have no idea what Wotan's patron wants because he won't say anything about anything.
Yeah, well, that's Wotan.
Well,
My
the
point
beginning half of the
being-
answer is my patron wants to win the game.
That's fair.
You helped out. I don't mind having another. I don't mind having another person join. And Daddy said that we were probably going to have a new person joining anyways. So I look at the rest. You guys have been with this person longer than I have now, so other thoughts?
I have, based on what I've been able to discern, and well, I don't trust much. I generally trust my own capabilities in determining intent. I don't see any reason not to.
Diamond?
I don't think she's lying, and I don't think she's a bad person, and I think she'll help us.
Woden?
Curb the superiority complex a bit, and we'll be fine.
Arilla?
I cast Detect Thoughts. I've got it back. Listen.
Look,
Make a wisdom save.
woo!
Me, I assume.
Yep.
Or are you just doing surface thoughts?
Just surface thoughts right now, but you still have to make the wisdom save for it.
Okay.
I think.
It's only if you probe
You
deeper.
can always get surface thoughts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start with surface
No,
thoughts.
I was just checking because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
cuts off if I make the wisdom save.
Yep, no problem. Yeah, just surface thoughts right now first.
Okay, so most of the thoughts are a bit on the reactionary side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that superior. I'm just better. There's that. But that goes very quickly with, okay, no, I can deal with this. I've dealt with other people who won't respect, and respecting your teammates is good. But it is very reactions to the things being said. How likely am I to be in or out? There's a genuine intent to join in
Okay.
surface thoughts at this point.
Perfect. I go deeper.
Yes.
Get wisdom save.
Yep. My DC is 13.
12.
Whoa.
So
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
exactly know how this part works.
All right. Its reasoning. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. Aurelia is looking for why this person is in the game. And what did they mean by been doing this a long time? Because that struck Aurelia as suspicious and something.
All right.
Dangerous.
Jack, do you mind if I take a little bit of creative license here?
Go right ahead.
So looking sort of for why are you in the game, but also like, what do you mean by that? The first thing that you come across, the first thing that you catch from the memories is this scene of blood, a dead woman, and shadows of his face behind the cloak, a blade to someone's throat. Then in a different scene, in a room, speaking in hushed voices, is welcoming someone in and shutting a door. There's a general sense of professionalism and death
Okay.
in that sort of first glimpse.
Mm-hmm. Do I know?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, but there would probably be a level of ambition running through.
Oh, yes. There's definitively this undertone of ambition. Not just the kind of overstated public confidence, but like, I need something. And succeeding at this is succeeding towards my goal.
Okay.
What's Aurelia's vote?
Or do you want to try again?
Yeah, you can try to dig even deeper if you want to.
I can. I'm going to. Let's spend thoughts.
We must go
I
deeper.
failed again.
All
Okay.
right. This is getting interesting.
Mhm.
Must go deep.
For the record, I actually have a decent modifier here.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
You have to roll a 10 to succeed.
You're exactly a 55% shot.
So, what are you trying to find more about, Aurelia?
End goal. What does this person know about? Because she had stated that her compact had died like right when she met them. They've just been like lurking in that laundry the entire time. That seems out of character from what I've seen now. So
Are you looking for what they want out of the game?
yeah,
Or-
because there's an ambition here for something bigger, and I want to know what that bigger something is.
Take it away, Aaron.
Do you mind? Okay, cool. There are flashes of finery, a very dimly lit room, a throne, a crown, and people that seem to be more concepts than people, each wearing a very specific symbol, kneeling at the foot of the throne, sitting upon it.
Oh yeah.
Is that unspecific enough, or
No, I would say that's valid.
cool?
I mean, the abstract though it may be, the iconography is pretty damn clear.
And
Okay.
Mara, if you feel like you need more clarity from me, let me
Nope,
know.
you want to rule. Okay. Not worse than a pirate.
Not worse than a pirate.
That is the best.
Was that what you said out loud?
Yes, that is what I did.
So, Eden pauses
I feel
mid-bite.
like it's not that hard to figure out which is the pirate here.
Not even a little.
Eden pauses mid-bite. Was that a yes or a no?
I'm a little offended, honestly.
Oh, I like you. Don't worry. Yeah. No.
I
yes.
mean,
You just said three
No.
things that were.
There were 2 yeses in there. I'm taking that as a yes.
Yes.
no offense, Wotan, but I would think that you would actually feel a little honored by that.
You don't understand why I'm in this business, do you?
No, because you won't tell us anything.
Yeah, there is that.
You haven't
I'm
asked the right.
antagonizing you about that.
You haven't asked the right questions.
That's not an appropriate answer.
Anyways,
We have to rest now, and then in the morning, Hedon, we had talked on our way back before you rejoined us about going back to what was it?
Shadow Shade.
yeah,
Shadow Shades.
yeah, I imagine Wotan doesn't want to carry around a disembodied head for too long.
Generally.
It
Okay,
does tend to
that's-
smell eventually.
Do we want to? So I noticed that there isn't an ooze. Oh, by the way, yes, fine. So you're in. I noticed that there isn't an oozling around. Are people wanting to go back to Trick Towns and find bubbles?
Oh, Diamond took a swig of the wine, no glass, just took a swig of the bottle and was like, I'm gonna go try and find bubbles. I would like help with that right now.
I'll go.
I don't mind.
Very well.
Have fun. Be careful. To Hedon.
I'm always careful, and I always have fun.
Diamond looks at Aurelia and is like, please get some rest and
Yep.
feel better.
That's
Says
that's what
Diamond with like tear stains down her face, like gashes from the fight.
I've also
Take-
got full hit points and full hit dice. So.
Long story.
It's my pet.
Okay.
Diamond says, putting some like food in your
I'm
pocket.
going to need some more specifics because in my sort of, a pet could mean a cat, a pet could mean in a cat 3 stories tall.
I did just 3 seconds ago say oozling.
That
Never
reminds me, I should probably recreate Chethal at some point, but there's no
There's no rush.
rush on that.
Don't do it while we're eating dinner. I want to keep it down.
Diamond, remember to take some of your own advice. Don't push yourself until the sun rises if you can't find him. He'll eventually make his way back to us, even if you don't find him now.
I'm not worried about him making his way back. I'm worried about somebody else finding him and
Understandable. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Let's go.
We need you. We need you.
Yeah. I'll give it an hour in Trickstown. If I keep getting turned around and I can't find him, I'll go home.
I mean, you're gonna keep getting turned around. Hopefully, we'll find him before then.
Good luck.
So Zoe, Diamond, and Hedon.
Catch
And-
a carriage.
Is Cora going
Cora-
to?
and
Cora
Cora?
said, yeah, Cora said
Okay.
they were going.
And Cora, go to Trick Towns.
Cole, Aurelia, and Wotan are left at the Hawkshead house.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Since there's a whole group of you going, one of you can make it with advantage.
Who has the highest intelligence amongst the 4 of us?
I have
I
a plus
have a
3.
+3 to my investigation.
Oh, hey.
4 to investigation.
Corshana, it is.
Sorry, +1.
Oh,
I
never
was
mind.
looking at intimidation.
One of you two then, because I've got a +2.
I would like to make it.
I was about to say, Diamond is the one looking.
Diamond
specifically.
is the one who said it is. I am genuinely being helpful,
So
but
Diamond
Right.
makes it with advantage.
All right. Diamond makes investigation.
Natural 20!
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yes.
I don't need
So
this
excited.
paragraph anymore.
I mean,
See-
that doesn't necessarily mean that we find it that we find him intact. It just means
Don't-
we find him
Don't
quickly.
crush my hopes yet.
So you run up to Trick Towns. It takes you about 2.5 hours to get there. It's the wee hours of the morning. But when Diamond puts her mind to something, she decides to fucking put her mind to it. You push in. It's annoying. Getting around is hard. But you're trying to retrace your steps. Getting to the right district. Trying to find the crossroads quarter. You get there. Granny Cobweb's wagon is gone, but all of the buildings are pretty much shuttered for the night. And you look around and you can't find anything. Ten minutes goes by, half hour as you're starting to check back alleys and that sort of thing. And then Diamond, you hear something from off a little ways in the darkness behind a building.
The cat eating bubbles.
It does sound like a cat. You walk over. There is a surprisingly large tabby cat. The thing has scars on its ears. It might be missing one of its eyes, or it might just be, half heavily overgrown and caked with some sort of abscess or something. It's swelled up, back arched, tail puffed. And about 5 feet down from it, there's a shiny little green pile holding on to a rind of cheese and waving a bone shank in the other little arm. Trying to intimidate this nasty ass alley cat out of its way.
I love it.
That's
Oh my God.
Bubbles. I say to Zoe.
Diamond just throws down like a little bit of the food that she brought with her to the tabby cat, and she's just like, there, take that. And then goes up to Bubbles and it's just like, it's okay. Hey.
Because why the hell not? I'm gonna hex the alley cat against wisdom.
Oh my God.
Against wisdom checks.
Whichever one is making the decision to stick around checks. I think it's either wisdom or intelligence.
That would probably be wisdom.
Okay.
Wisdom is
Hex
survival
against
checks.
wisdom. Because why the hell not?
Yeah. The cat sort of grabs whatever scrap it was that Diamond had dropped, kind of does a little bit of a sideways prance, and then just kind of vaults out around a dustbin somewhere and dashes off down the alley. Bubbles is there.
Ooh. And Diamond takes out the food that she brought and like just sets it on top of him.
It sort of squats down and it dissolves into his acidy, oozy interior.
And Diamond like sits down on the wall and is just like, okay, the day's catching up with me now. Yeah, we should go home.
Definitely leave Trick Town.
Yep.
Indeed.
Is that thing gonna do that just all the time?
Probably.
Like,
Okay.
Have I noticed how fast does Bubbles move?
as a
He's
movement
got a
of
speed,
20,
20 feet. He's not super fast.
Okay.
but not super slow. Just moderate.
Slightly slower than a dwarf.
Yep.
Yep.
Slightly slower than Wotan. All right. And you guys head home, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. You get back just probably as dawn is starting to threaten over the eastern side of Conflux. You still have time for a long rest if you want.
Yes.
Nobody said you had to be at work at 9 a.m. Everybody gets their long rest in.
Yay.
Oh.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Zoe.
At some point, probably after the long rest. So we'll. Okay. Now that I'm in.
Oh, before that, then, since it's after the long rest, there's one thing that happens in the middle of the night.
Cool.
Diamond, you wake to feel somebody stroking your hair.
Diamond is just like, 5 more minutes. I'm so tired, please. Mom, I'll be up for work in a second. Just 5 more minutes.
It's not your mother, darling.
Don't really want to see you right now.
That's fair. Just wanted to let you know that I'm watching. Everything's
Still
going to be all right. Go back to sleep.
That's so creepy, but thanks, I guess.
You people say creepy a lot. Very odd. And then, weirdly, the hand doesn't really move. You feel it kind of particulate and just vanish.
Diamond's already out again. But
Yep. Okay. And then you wake up and there's another daffodil.
Adds that to the chain she has going.
Aurelia wanted to talk to Wotan while they
All
were
right.
all doing their errand.
So while you guys were looking for Bubbles,
Sorry.
and then it'll be Zoe's turn.
Come sit down wherever you are.
Mm.
Okay, feeling slightly more human. That's good.
I can't relate to that one, I'm a dwarf.
Slightly more alive than which is better than the alternatives.
Aye. You look like your mind's racing at about 40 miles an hour. Like the speed of a fast horse.
Oh, it does that a lot, actually. No, I just wanted to, I guess, sit and talk to someone who was talking in the air, not in my mind.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have anything in specific?
Oh God. Now I have to open up and stuff.
I mean, you all asked that of me.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for doing that, by the way. I think it helped. I think it helped Diamond. It was good.
Mm.
Good job.
I'm not nearly as old as Major, but I have seen many years.
Mm-hmm. How old are you?
If I reckon correctly, 172?
Wow. Whoa. Dwarfs. Okay. Sorry, lifespans are very interesting.
I'm fairly certain Major was at least past her second century, though, so
Oh
she
yeah.
had a lot on me.
No. Yeah, definitely. She had a long life. Yeah.
You're about a third as old as Major was.
Yeah, I think Woden and Major had that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. She definitely brought it up.
Loxodons live a very, very long time. Longer than any dwarf, and longer than most elves tend to. I don't know actually how the biological limits stand, but...
Oh, yeah, lifespans get very interesting. I just study a lot of old things, so that's my connection to, I guess.
Loxodons might not biologically live as long as elves. I don't honestly know, but I tend to think that they tend to be better at surviving than a lot of elves do. I don't know. Something about that elvish superiority complex makes them easy targets for knives in the ribs.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that our newest member shares.
Mm.
I tried to peer into her mind a little bit to double check.
Did you find anything interesting?
Oh yeah. Our friend wants to be king, queen, non-gender specific ruler of everything, I think.
Everything. That's quite a lofty goal.
I mean, I think starting with, a city might be a good start, but I don't think they're gonna be.
That's quite a lofty goal for that's a very lofty goal for a knife for hire.
Yeah, it is. But that's kind of why we're all here, isn't it? Lofty goals.
That's fair, I suppose.
Yep. Did you? Sorry, I'm probably prying.
Go ahead.
My lofty goal is to save my sister. So we'll see how that turns out, because I don't know what any of this is doing or how any of this is going to help get that done. But okay.
We'll figure that one out.
What's yours?
Freedom.
From
Everything. Just the freedom to live as I please, to sail waters without end, to go where the wind takes me. Something less confining than Conflux as it stands now.
Oh God.
This place is very claustrophobic for someone who likes to live on the water.
Okay, sorry, that just sent me into a tailspin of terror. Okay. I went out and looked at a bit of what's out there, and it looks terrifying. So no, thank you. I'm good.
I've
right
seen,
here.
I've seen the void.
Yes.
That's not what I'm talking about. No,
What?
I think this place could use a bit more water.
How do you mean?
Well, there's only a handful of rivers.
Yes.
What do you think if there was maybe the giant pool and stormways? What if that covered a bit more area? A bit
What
deep?
about all the people who live there?
Everyone finds a place to move. Honestly,
Climbing
somewhere.
higher and higher on top of everything that's already there.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
Honestly, a place other than this place, because I mean, the patrons and everything have to come from somewhere. But just a place with more water would be nice to me. But something a bit more open, a bit more expansive, a place where I can really explore and follow the winds. There's only so much of Conflux, and it's not a lot.
Well, good luck with that. I stand up and walk away.
Yes, I know my goal's a bit loftier, but at the very least, I think I can help you with yours eventually. We'll see what we can do.
Can you? I turn around. Because I've got Hedon working on that too, and he didn't get very far.
Short term,
On it for
obviously
one
not.
day.
I have high expectations.
Jesus.
They're not being met. Come on.
Obviously, the short term is nigh impossible. There's only so much one can do with the information and the power that we've got. But
But in the future.
in the future, I'm hunting something that most of the Warlocks probably aren't familiar with. The magic that I know, the magic that I've learned, that transcends the powers of the Warlocks and taps more into the natural abilities of the land. Any warlock,
Congrats.
any warlock that might be able to learn a bit of more powerful magic might be able to help, but if none of them can, I might be able to find something more, but it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. I have to look for the patterns in the land. I have to find where the energy flows and seek the knowledge there. It's going to take a long time and it's going to be a challenge, but if it's not something any warlock can do, I might be able to find it.
Okay, work faster.
I work at the speed of exploration and knowledge. You should know about that one already. There's not really a faster to exploring.
No, not normally. We'll see what I can do. And then I go and conk out. It's real tired.
Yeah. Woden will also sleep.
Sorry.
So
That was all I had.
So as the rest transpires, and we awaken the next morning, people getting ready for the day, and Zoe.
So now that I'm in and have helped again, could I get like the basics of? Look, my compact died before we actually met. So could I get the basics of what we're trying to do this time, if we know it? How our group is planning on going about it so far? You wanted the kobolds for some reason. You need to assassinate someone for a different reason. I'd just like to know what the
Basics. The basics are moderately straightforward. We need to overthrow the government.
I watched Zoe.
Kobolds are in relation to more of a personal errand. They stole something from, let's just say, a sibling of mine. From their mausoleum. And we need it back. I think what else is significant?
We're hunting down a bunch of ancient magical items that were carved out of the body and bones of an ancient warlock from a previous game as well,
Yes.
in order to help with previous goals.
And active. Well, this is more me, but it does help all of you in the process as well. Actively seeking whenever possible to hinder my patrons' goals, desires, needs, servants, etc., etc., etc.
Okay. Can I ask what you want with the Kulmai? They're working for the Kulmai? Or
That's just a job. That's just a job to get more information. We need to. We were given 3 tasks for 3 bits of information from an information broker. Wotan knows one of them we've already done was killing Galara Farstriker up in Murkdreamer, which we need to turn her head in. The other one we need to retrieve a book from the Great Press and Hollow Doors, and then we need to negotiate a contract with Yanagiri House in order for them to do an assassination. I say holding a scroll and then disappearing it back wherever it is that I keep things.
fair enough. Well, I asked for a reason. You guys have been honest with me. It's a pleasure to be the answer to your prayers. I should reintroduce myself. As I realize that is in a separate document. I go by Alaran, but my true name is Zoe Aloris. I am the true heir and descendant of the Drow royal family who lost power in antiquity. I intend, and this is the goal of myself and my patron and my objective in the game, to who reunite the houses of the Drow under her mighty rule.
Cool.
Seems like our ideals align. So yes, while I don't technically work for them right now, I could potentially help you know how to talk to assassins, given I am one.
Does Aloris, does that,
Make a history
do I
check.
know any?
Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Does that name ring any bells for me?
Fuck no.
Okay, good.
12.
The Drow houses, you are familiar with rumors.
Mm-hmm.
You've got House Yungara, House Kumlai, and House Ner Cleoth, which are purportedly the 3 most powerful houses, and also generally who you go to if you've got a lot of money and need somebody else dead very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There are rumors of a 4th house, but nobody knows their name. So they're either fictional or even better than the other 3 at doing what they need to and not being able and not leaving any trace of it.
Mm-hmm.
What little you've heard of Drow culture is that it's primarily matrilineal. So the idea of there being a Drow queen underground would make sense, you assume?
All right.
If Zoe was able to set themselves up as the queen of all of the drow, though, that would form an excellent foundation for overthrowing a surface government.
Yep.
I mean, you'd have a queen and like a fucking army and shit.
Hmm. Potentially a terrible idea, though.
Potentially a terrible idea, but definitely in keep.
Assassin.
But your patron have never said do the nice thing. They've said overthrow the government and put something else in its place.
Yep.
Yes.
I
And
really
all
wanna
your
be
wishes will be
who says,
granted.
Please do the nice thing. Sorry.
And so you said you could help with this. What specifically can you help with? You know, you have connections to this house for the contract?
Not formally, but I definitely have closer ties and a better understanding of the internal business. I feel like if I was more patriotic, I'd probably be complaining about how they're going to the wrong house for the job. But ultimately, nah.
Cool.
Or we could go get this book,
Or
which leads.
or we could split up and have some of us drop a head off and some of us go get a book. And then all of us gather back together and go talk to the house.
Isn't the great press slightly awkward to move through?
It's a no.
I don't remember what I know about that great press. It's up in Halidor's, right?
Give me a history check, Aurelia.
Yeah.
We've made this check before. I just don't remember what the results were.
10. Oh God.
Rumors on the great press are that there's a lot. It's several blocks in each dimension.
Yep.
Nobody really understands exactly how it works or what might be inside ultimately. I mean, it does its job.
Nobody works at the press, right?
No,
No.
there's definitely people who work there.
Okay.
And you could talk to them and see, but nobody's ever pretended that it's predictable or, safe.
No, that might. I don't want to go down an alley and get mugged again, basically. So I think maybe we shouldn't see that.
If you don't go down an alley alone, you won't get mugged.
Thank you. That's very helpful advice. That
Bruce
is.
Wayne's parents definitely weren't alone.
It's.
You're
First
right.
of all,
they had their child with him
Bruce-
who ended up beating up every mugger ever.
First of all, Bruce Wayne does not exist in this place, at least not yet, as far as we're aware. Second of all, Hedon doesn't know that.
But Heaton is definitely aware that walking down an alley in any number can still result in you getting mugged.
In any number less than a dozen, perhaps.
Probably.
Yeah.
A dozen is a fairly safe number.
Yeah.
As long as it's the right dozen.
And the right alley. I mean,
Right.
a dozen doesn't help you if 50 people come out to mug you.
When
I was gonna say.
if 50 people are coming out to mug you, it's no longer a mugging.
It's something of a greater.
In fact, if there are more than 4 people involved at any given time, it's not a mugging anymore.
It's a riot.
It's premeditated armed robbery.
It is a small scale conflict at that point.
I mean, that's to each their own. I maintain that the Night King was just trying to mug everyone in Winterfell.
I'm not even remotely caught up, but I think that's great.
Neither am I, but I get the gist of it, and it's enough to make me laugh.
The point is, I'd rather not go into a strange machine that may or may not chew us up and spit us back out again without.
Yes, I'm worried
Oh.
about the press itself attacking someone.
But that sounds like fun. What are you talking about?
That does not sound like fun.
That sounds
Do you want to be physically turned into a book, Hedon?
No, I don't, but I want to see it try.
That sounds like something that we may need another ring to store souls in, and I only have the one.
I think if anybody was going to make their way through a giant book machine factory thing, Aurelia would be tops. So.
And Aurelia doesn't want to go alone.
No.
Oh, no,
I'm not
no.
saying
I'll go with
alone.
you.
Like,
I'm going to trust Aurelia's instincts on we probably shouldn't go to the Great Press and end less than full strength.
Nah.
fine, let's go drop off ahead, then go to the Great Press.
Just heard some weird rumors about it, okay?
I want to go through the Great Press.
All right. So let's go do the head dropping
Yeah,
off.
Let's get rid of this head before it starts to smell.
It already does.
It's been like 12 hours. It's already smelling.
Prestidigitation.
It started smelling the minute you cut it off.
Prestidigitation does not stop necrosis.
No, but it covers up the smell.
How many air
In the full
It
3
doesn't
times
cleave,
since you've
it
woken
doesn't
up,
say it.
you've had to sort of like prod Bubbles away from the head bag. Like,
Oh, Bubbles.
get off! And he just sort of sits there and then kind of and makes that same noise over towards Diamond
Yes,
again.
the prestidigitation can create odor sensory effects. So yes, I can perfume the head.
Damn it, now I have to ask. Is this is Bubbles popping way more than he used to?
A little bit more.
Hey, Korashana.
He's getting more aggressive.
What's Bubbles saying?
We
got him back from Tricktown and he's gotten real chatty. I just don't know.
real
what to say.
talky.
Yeah.
Let me check.
If he's saying he wants to murder us all, I have bad news.
I will establish a psychic connection.
Mom.
No!
I break the psychic connection. I pass that along.
I'm okay. Okay.
Why'd you fall over, Diamond?
No reason.
I'm disrupting a household.
Okay. You're muted, Nikki.
Am I? Am I just?
Now you're good.
There you go.
I think you were just quiet. Anyway, so you guys are headed to Shadow Shades, though.
Yes.
All right. Once again, the approach to Shadow Shades is an exercise in torturous navigation. But you come to the elf's door. And he will once again only allow Wotan and 2 others inside. Who's it going to be?
The tiefling and the human one. That is actually a Kalashtar, but they look human.
Hayden and Korashana.
Hayden and Korashana. You find as
trying not to give names because that was the whole establishment of their
that's for me
relationship.
Yeah. That's because there are 2 humans in the party.
Yeah.
So the human-looking one is not specific.
You find that his desk is lit by a number of long burned candles that sort of feebly gutter in the draft as you guys are allowed in. He'll look at the head, give a satisfied smile, drop it on the floor nearby. Very well. Let us see what it is that I have found for you, shall we?
Perfect.
And would you like the good news or the bad news first?
Tell me the bad news first.
So the good news about the syndicate is that they tend to operate closer to the surface, so you don't risk all the hazards of the deeper undergrass. The bad news is that they're clever. They love traps, ambushes. They always fight on their own territory, and there are just so fucking many of them. But you are looking for actionable intelligence, so here is what I have found. The elf spreads out a series of scrawled charts, most of which seem fairly weathered by use. You have the northernmost access in Cryptward, yes? Now, the entry reason is a maze, but everything intersects, so if you can find your way to the eastern part of the immediate area, you will be looking for a passage of striated marble. You have been in the undergrass before, yes? Basically, most of your landmarks are types of rocks. Make sure you know them.
I know rocks very well.
Very good. Anyway, the main avenue afterward winds downward to a small underground pond. The water is apparently quite clean and clear, but do not enter it. Drinking is fine, just keep yourselves out of the pool. Now, you'll want to follow the southern outflow from this point. It will travel for several miles through basalt and then vanish under a wall of granite. This is where the tunnels get tricky. Fortunately, I was able to unearth a bit of, a cheat for this last part.
Woden is marking down all of this information.
The syndicate has apparently diverted a underground river to make a waterfall covering the entrance to their stronghold. And the moisture from it allows for a denser growth of fungus and lichens. Basically, you follow the mushrooms until you find the waterfall, and there you are. Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Well, except for all the traps that are likely to be in the way.
I was being sarcastic. Of course, there's going to be a shit ton of traps in the way.
And probably at least 3 different swarms of kobolds.
More than that. Unless the kobold swarms are running in groups of, I don't know, probably 100. I don't know. Anyway, this is what you need in order to find the headquarters for operations of the Scalebelly Syndicate in the northern regions of Conflux.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I think we're off to go and do some more of your business for you.
Very good. I'll be waiting for your returns.
Shall we go? Is that good enough intelligence for you, my friend? I say, looking at Korshana.
Yeah, I would say so.
All right, let's get out of here then.
After we're outside and the door closes and the thing is shut, I'll turn and look at Wotan and go, I didn't understand a damn thing he just said.
I did, so there's at least that.
But did we get the location?
Well, we got the path towards it. Yes, it's going to be a lot of relying on recognizing different types of rocks in the undergrass.
Got it.
And it's the scale bellies like to set a lot of traps in their turf, so we're going to have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm. We should come up with a plan for that.
Yes.
But
And that will probably be a little bit further down the line, though, since we've got an assassination contract to hand off and a press to infiltrate.
yeah, that first, the one where we don't have any sort of plan. Books.
Should
we go?
It's a press. How hard could it be?
It's a press that spans at least 4 blocks, and
Have you been around machinery very much?
No.
supposedly runs itself.
Moving machinery. Keep your tail in,
Why?
basically.
Unless you
it to
want-
get pitched?
Because you value it.
Yes. Do you want it to get caught on a gear?
No.
or ripped off.
Then keep
Why?
it to
You
yourself.
seem to. I understand it's a little confusing for people that don't have tails, but it's not like it's a lock of hair that moves on it, that just sort of moves around as the wind wills. I have complete control over this thing.
Okay, good.
I don't think it is, but I also know that it's very easy to get someone's hand caught in machinery too.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Why would you stick your hand someplace where it's going to get caught and crushed?
Accidents happen.
Oh, you have no idea.
This is also all assuming the press isn't going to try and crush us intentionally.
I feel like we should. I feel like the tagline for next week's episode is "Tune in to find out what happens when a tiefling loses his tail."
Let's get
You seem
going
to be
along
under
the
the
river.
impression that there won't be a person between me and the gears at all times. That would be a mistake.
Way to be.
All right.
Wotan, can we stop in Twilight's Web along the way? Just
Sure.
quick stop.
Absolutely.
And I will when we stop there, I will try and flag down a messenger.
Okay.
And basically ask them to send a message to the what was it, the Mages Guild, Herbalist Guild, was that what it was, or Healers Guild?
Healers.
Healers Guild. To let them know that something has happened to one Maja. I don't think I know her last name, or if she had one. And
Kind of not how Loxodons work.
okay.
Depends on how much you know about Loxodon culture.
I, Mara, do not know anything. I don't know if it really is.
Character, obviously. Sorry.
Give me a history check, Aurelia.
Yes. Cool. 11.
You don't know a ton, but Loxodons talking to each other generally only have a name.
Okay.
Presumably because their method of speaking common somehow to other Loxodons communicates a lot more nuance than it does to anybody else.
Cool.
Something to do with the resonance and the intonation. And
Also the trunk.
And probably something to do with the trunk, but it's generally considered a little gauche to bring that up.
Do I know anything about social structure? If Maja would have had a family unit that she belonged to or kept in contact with, or is that something where once you are an adult, you don't?
Not particularly aware of how that. You don't actually possess the knowledge as to whether that would be a yes or a no.
Okay, cool. I will send a message then to the guild and say something has happened to Maja. If her family wants to know more, send word to, and I'm gonna give. Are
you writing this message out, or are you verbally delivering it?
I'm probably verbally delivering it.
I'm sort of lean over to Aurelia while. You might want to clarify that Maja is dead. Something could be a lot of things.
It could. I don't know if I want to break in news like that over messages. I've gotten one of those. It's not fun.
Would you rather have the anxiety of not knowing?
True.
Or deal with the grief?
Nope, that's true. Yeah. She's dead. Can you send that message along? If they want to know what happened.
So yeah, you are able to find an installation of the Speedwinds delivery service, and get everything more or less intact for, in a sense, notifying Mage's next of kin.
Yep. And I will say if they want like more information to ask, where do I want to send them?
Torvald. He'll be really delicate.
He doesn't know what happened, actually.
Beer and loathing.
can't
Inquire at beer and
know
loathing.
Yeah. Inquire at the one place we stopped at in Donbreeze. What was it? Horse and Harp? Yes.
The Horse and Harp.
Yep. Yeah. Inquire there.
And who should they ask for?
Ask for. Goodness. Ask for Aurelia. I'll put my name on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Ask for Aurelia or Torvald, and then just tell Torvald what happened.
No, I'm not telling Torvald what happened right now.
Let Torvald Fauntleroy explain it to people.
Nope. I'm not inflicting that on someone else.
Inflicting that on someone else? What are you inflicting on Torvald?
Torvald, I need you to be my messaging service.
Yep. Listen, he's very loud. He'd be good at it. and then that's all I wanted to do.
All right. So we will end this series for the time being.
Session
Series of events. Session. Probably more appropriate.
I say, are we starting Grand Terra that soon?
Shit!
Good thing I'm prepared.
But we will end this session with the message being directed and responses being marginally arranged as the wave crest takes you guys northward to an appointment at the Great Press in Hallowdoors.
Say goodbye,
Say
everybody.
goodnight, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
When winter comes, when life is frozen, when the moors they hide away under the snow, fingers of doom will clutch the chosen. All beasts will shiver from the lion to the crow. When winter comes, when times are starkest, when the wailing of the wolves fades with the sun, the wilds are numb, the days are darkest, the fates of many cease to rest on only one. Walls will not hold the winter over and underground. Walls will not hold the winter. All in the way will fall. When winter comes, when thrones are idle, when the brave they cower under eyes of blue, the rising roar, the endless cycle, turns the darkest myths of yesterday to true.